don't wake me from this.
What's up, legends? LGG Alden here. Today I'm back with the forest. It updated again today, 0.25. So we got about 15 days till the next update, which 0.26. Looking forward to that. A little bit of time, couple weeks. But let's get right into this update, guys. Okay, guys, so we're going to go over a lot of the newer, bigger stuff first. The stuff that, you know, people care more about. So everything that's big, and one of the things that they said is plane crash sites are a little more randomized. I don't know if that means there's more places, or if it just means that it's more randomized. You're not necessarily going to get the same spot as often. Something around the lines of that. They have added a couple different things. They did a lot of bug fixes, such as audio, multiplayer fixes, a lot of different things, you know, simple bugs, fixing anything like that. Okay, so one of the main things that they added, this is probably one of the biggest things. If you go into the effigy tabs, they still have all the same effigies they did before, but now they have custom effigy. As you can see, it's infinite things, just requires a basis. So as you can see, we have this. So now, the way you actually work this is very cool. I do not have any head parts, but I will collect some, and we can always come back to this later. I believe, will this give a head, or is it a skull? Let's see what it'll give. No, it's a skull. But, so, for instance, if you take a stick, I believe the way it works, as you can see, you can add it. So now you can add it to any height level of this. You can put it at the top anywhere from here. So if I was to set it at top, it's actually very cool the way this works. I looked into it a little bit, but you can add torsos, you can add heads, you can add arms and legs. You could put them anywhere on here. You can make your own artwork out of this. It's crazy. So whatever you do, you could try it out, and you can light it on fire then. So obviously I can't. I have nothing on here to light. But you could basically make art out of this. You wouldn't even need to technically put body parts. You could probably just take pieces and just add it just to have it. So it's kind of cool if you ask me. I think that's awesome that they finally did something like that, because having presets where you can only build the custom little ones that they have right here weren't that cool. So now you could build your own unique ones and anything you want to do with that. Okay, so here's another thing they added, guys. We're going to head right over here. As you can see just by looking at it, there are waves. So this has been, the game's always been just a flat ocean, moving around, not really doing anything crazy, not a cool ocean. So now, as you can tell, it has waves, and look at the shaders in this. It is insane. It looks absolutely magnificent, if you ask me. It has all the different lighting on it. It has foam near the shore, everything like that. I think it looks absolutely awesome, if you ask me. Like, look at how real this looks. This looks like you're in an ocean. Okay, so another thing, guys, they did. Now, I'm going to build a shelter quickly, and then I will show you guys another cool thing that they did. Well, not necessarily cool, but another thing that they added. Okay, guys, so I have my shelter built. Now, what you can do, so it's not, I wouldn't say it's a good thing, okay, but it works. It's something that's interesting. Now, I don't want to use it yet, only because I don't want it to become nighttime, but you can sleep, using sleeping only once a day. So that, I don't know what the specifications on time to real life are, because in-game time and all that, but you can sleep once a day, and after you sleep, the shelter will show you the time until you can sleep. Like, it'll say, like, I think a percentage, I believe, and it'll say this much or whatever, and then it'll say till you can sleep again, and then you'll be able to sleep. So you shouldn't really use it unless you need to. That's a really important thing. But back to the effigy, guys. So I actually got a little bit more supplies. So as you can see, you could go really crazy with this if you really wanted to. You could do whatever you honestly desire to do. Anything you want. It looks like, okay, so I actually have a couple of body parts now, so we could get a little creative with this. Let's see if I can place this stick. Okay, so there we go. So obviously you can place it however you want. Now we're actually going to go in the inventory and start taking body parts. So as you can see, you rotate them on however you want. So like foot there. Is that a mutant? Whoops. Whoops. But yeah, so you can put them wherever you want. That's pretty cool, and they're obviously coming here to avenge the ones that I've killed. I've killed probably like 4 mutants already. But we're not going to worry about that right now, guys. So we'll get on to the next thing after I finish dealing with these. Okay, guys, so I failed to kill it. As you can see, they're going to drag my body away now, which is no big deal. This actually brings me on to the next part that I want to show you guys. The next part of this update. So we'll let them take me away. Now they're going to drag me to one of their caves. And we're here. Okay, so here's what we got. We're hanging from a ceiling. That's how you start off. So the way you actually do this is you realize, oh, hey, I'm hanging from the ceiling. You have to, I believe, cut yourself down. Now, we're going to find out how you do this. Okay, so I got the axe out. Now, it looks like we just cut ourselves. And bam, we're good. Huh. Okay. So just like that, guys, now I've gotten myself free. Can we hit these bodies out? No, we cannot. Yeah, I believe there is nothing else about caves as of now. But that is a really cool thing. You actually hang from the caves. I find that to be really interesting. Okay, guys, so some other basic things. There isn't too much to this update that is, like, noticeable that you can show easily, that I can find ways to show you guys. But I will tell you most of the major things. One thing, you can now have 30 arrows in your inventory instead of 12, which I think that's great. That's more than doubling the amount you can carry. And having 12 arrows kind of is weird because you craft 5 at a time. So making only up to 12 at the max is kind of a weird thing. So now you can actually even out, and having 30 is a lot more arrows. So I think that's a good thing, guys. More trees respond to wind, so that just means more swaying of trees and anything in the forest, kind of making a little more environmental stuff. They removed a lot of, I believe all of them actually, the pre-placed dead cannibals. So if you ever saw like a dead cannibal laying around the ground, you couldn't hit it with your axe or anything, you couldn't really interact with it, but it was just there. They got rid of those. Molotovs will actually fuel fire. Now, to the extent I do not know how they mean that, I believe it just means you could throw it instead of like leaves, so how leaves fuel fire, you can actually use a Molotov. They have added new fish types, which if we walk up to this pond, I believe we can find some. Let's see if we can see any. I don't know if there's any in this pond, what the odds of finding fish are. But they did add apparently more models, new types of them. Couple more fish, so it makes the ponds look a little cooler. And you can actually attack them with anything now. I believe you do not just need a spear, which it used to be the wooden spear was the only way, but now I guess they've changed it and you can actually do it a little better. You can catch them with whatever you want. Now if we see any fish, we actually will try to hunt them. I believe there aren't any fish in there, but I've seen a couple of them. They look, instead of it just being like a normal fish you would find out of in the wilderness, like some random, I don't even know what it was before, maybe like a salmon or something. They added a couple more unique ones. It looks a little cooler. Some of them just swim around in the little lakes and whatnot. They increased the player's swimming speed upward. Now, it's not a lot. So it's probably not something that's noticeable to most people. You wouldn't realize it, but it does mean it'll help if you're, say you're lower in the ocean or something and you're swimming down low and next thing you know you need to get up for air. You can get up a little bit faster now, which is a good thing. Rafts slightly move faster. I don't know what the actual difference is in that, but they do move faster now. Enemy types actually change now. So enemy types and the amount. So over time, let's say you kill 20 enemies, that can alter the amount that are in the world. Or say you kill a lot of custom ones like Armsy and all the different weird ones that there are, it will lower the population of those. So over time, I don't know if that means you can exterminate them all, or if it just means you can get rid of a lot of them and make the world easier. So killing them actually does have a benefit now. It's not like it just gets rid of them for a little while. They actually do lower in population now. Okay, so they did add a couple new things in the gameplay settings. As you can see, show projectile reticle. Not sure exactly what it does too much, But one of the things that I do know is advanced controller support, X input. This, as I read on, it means it's better for the Steam controller, which for anybody who knows what that is, it is a new controller being made by Steam, which is actually a pretty cool design for it. But apparently it is used for that purpose. I don't know if that means that it has other purposes or if it's just that, but that is the main use for it. Okay guys, so I believe that's all that they added this update. That is a lot of the major stuff. There is always tons of things that are added, and I most likely miss a good amount of them. As much as I hate missing out on stuff, I only cover really the bigger things, not too much smaller stuff. I try to get a little bit of it, not all of it though. It'd take a while, and it'd be hard to show everything that happens. A lot of it is just bug fixes, audio fixes, changes in the world, things like that. So if you really want to look into all that and see all the different things, I will have a link to the full changelog in the description below. It is on their website, so it'll show you everything, every simple fix, and it will actually give probably a little bit more detail to all the different fixes and whatnot and what they do and how they change the game up. So if you want to read into that, go ahead and do that, guys. But that's all for today, guys. Hopefully this did inform you on all the new things and major changes to the game. I really love that new effigy system. I am going to have to try and create some cool things with that, because I honestly think that's amazing that they found a way to make it so you can customize things to however you want it. So I can tell there's going to be a lot of interesting art and different things coming out of that. I can't wait to see what comes up. But that's all I got, guys. Hopefully this helped you. If it did, guys, please leave a like and comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Anything that you guys know of and want to cover that people might want to know that is important that I might have missed, comment that below, and anybody can check that out then if you guys want to see. Anybody who helps with that, thank you, guys. Remember to be a legend, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.